As we take a look at the starting lineups, Nembhard, Sharp, Kelly, Maxwell Lewis, the former Laker, Flagg. Meanwhile, Minix, Harper, Carter Bryant. Be interesting to watch him match up against Flagg, Diallo, and Harrison Ingram for the Spurs, as San Antonio and Harper will bring it across to start this game. Harper out top. Off that middle pick and roll screen. Here's Bryant on the wing. Shot clock down to 7. Spurs a little bit stagnant. 2 on the clock. Flagg with a great contest, and they get the air ball.
That's the way you want to start a game defensively. You had ball pressure all over the floor, forces them into a deep clock situation, and then a nice closeout by Cooper Flagg to contest that, maybe even got a piece of that to force that shot clock violation.
Boy, look at Carter Bryant in Cooper Flagg's chest. See what they run on the first play of the game. Flagg, the initiator, primary ball handler. They run a little horns twist for Flagg, gets downhill. The hook shot off the mark.
I think Diallo might have gotten a piece of that as well.
Harper, that's going to be goaltending. Dylan Harper, welcome to Summer League. His first field goal of the summer. He wasn't able to play with the Spurs in their Salt Lake City Summer League. Here's Nembhard now.
And that's the thing you love about him is we talk about his ability to play under control and slow the game down. But he can also have that burst in the open floor, as you just saw.
Here's Flagg. Bryant all over him. Lewis on the drive. Little short jumper comes up short. That ball tipped out of bounds. Let's go to Katie for more.
Yeah, Mark, he was cleared to play today after being held out due to that groin injury that you mentioned. And Summer League head coach Mike Noyes told us he'll be on a minutes restriction. He's set to play 20 minutes today with the caveat that if he's looking good, they'll just let him kind of play a little bit longer. If he's not looking good and game shape is an issue, they said that they'll adjust accordingly. But so far, so good in his first few minutes, Mark.
Well, he's trying to stick Nembhard down in his defensive stance. Nembhard with the midi from 15 rattles out, bounces around, and Harper comes out of the pack with it. Harper, one of the top freshman scorers in the nation a season ago. Diallo inside, wheels, fires, got blocked by Sharp, using all 7-5 of that frame.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough road right there, trying to back down Sharp under the rim. At 7-5, he really doesn't even have to get off the ground. As long as he's in the right position, at the end of the day, he's going to have that reach that can make up for it, even if you have leverage on him.
Harper to trigger, baseline out of bounds. Flagg almost got the pick. Here's Bryant on the show and go. Sprays it to the corner. Harper for 3. That rims out, rebounded by the big man, Sharp. Keep an eye on Kelly. He's got a clip, folks. Did I just say he's got a clip?
Good call right there. Yeah, and he comes out of the backcourt. If he's got space like that, he's going to stop every time and let that thing fly. They've been so impressed. They knew he was a good shooter coming in, but this coaching staff has been even more impressed with his consistency. It just seems like everyone's going in.
Of Auburn University, Georgia Tech transfer. Minix has Flagg on him, trying to make a little space. Good resistance inside. Diallo loses it. 1 on the shot clock, and the Mavericks come up with another turnover. Nembhard up to Kelly. Good contest, a little overzealous by Ingram. And he commits the foul. That's going to be 3 shots for Kelly.
Well, I can just tell you as a shooter, if you hit that first one, you can't wait to touch it again. There was no doubt in my mind that Kelly was about to pull up for that. Even though there's really not a lot of space here, Ingram is in the right position. Didn't matter. When you get one to go that early in the game as a shooter, you want to get that second one off as quick as you can. And you can see right here, just gets him on the elbow.
Miles Kelly out of Auburn University, Georgia Tech transfer, was All ACC a couple of seasons ago. Shot it at almost 41% from deep last year. The Bruce Pearl's squad. And he had a good opening night as well with 17. Just underway here in the opening quarter. Kelly, a 91% free throw shooter. We're going to have a sub at 5 spot. Sharp will sit down. Jamarian Sharp sits down, and Cisse comes into the ball game.
Disorganized, Dylan.
And Kelly knocks down to 6. Have a look at Dylan Harper here working against Lewis. Comes off the screen with a clean look. And they're going to take the bucket off the board. That's a foul prior to. Good patience in using that screen, though, right?
Yeah, for sure. He set him up with just a rocker dribble back and forth. Didn't really know which direction he was going to go. And then all of a sudden you see him change speed once he gets the screen with the angle he wants. Didn't count because of the foul, but you can see that shooting stroke when he gets some space out there.
Harper goes tween, cross, and got blocked underneath. Like 9 on the shot clock.
Nice job by Lewis staying with that. You know, that's one thing you have to do at the next level. You can get beat off a screen or off isolation. You've got to continue to track the basketball and try to make a play in the lane from behind.
7 on the shot clock. Ingram falls. Good defense by Kelly to get the air ball and the stop. Mavericks have been pretty stout defensively to start the game. San Antonio, unlike a couple of nights ago, with a slow start offensively, just 1 of 6 to begin.
Yeah, really, the only clean possession or clean looks the Spurs have had was that transition burst by Harper when he got to the rim. You've already had a couple of shot clock violations, a couple of balls fumbled in the paint as well. So Dallas defensive intensity and pressure here early has been impressive.
Boy, look at the pressure being applied by Carter Bryant on Cooper Flagg. That handle better be tight tonight. He about to take his cornbread and just did. Force the turnover. Carter Bryant. He was in his chest like bronchitis here.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he's out there to do. This is his calling card initially at the NBA level. This is why he was drafted in the first round. That big body and the combination of athletic ability, but that lateral movement with the wingspan.
Jones Garcia into the ballgame for the Spurs. Folks, he had as good a debut as anybody here at Summer League. He had 22 points in the first half a couple of nights ago for San Antonio. From the corner, Minix. And San Antonio pulls to within 1. Flagg working off ball this time. Going to set up some away action for him. Lewis on the wing. Nice jab and go, but he walked with it.
Yeah, you saw that time. Carter Bryant doing a nice job. They put Flagg off the ball, and Carter Bryant then went topside, face guarded him. They knew the action was going to probably come for Cooper Flagg to come off a screen out to the perimeter to catch it. Carter Bryant was not going to allow that.
Jones Garcia back out to Minix. Another 3. Made the last one. This one short. And Kelly chases down the loose ball. Kelly got downhill, lobbed it up, knocked away nicely by Carter Bryant. How did he get there, Tim?
When do you see the replay of this? And look where Carter Bryant came from to block that lob. Wow. When he was guarding the basketball in a cross match, he didn't have Cooper Flagg. He was guarding the ball as it came over half court and then turned, released. Look at this. Pressuring the basketball and then just released.
Walking fast, faces pass, and I'm homebound. And I need you, and I miss you.
Both teams playing impervious defense so far. 2 of 8 and 1 of 5 from the field, respectively. Jones Garcia with the 3 ball. Remember, he had 22 in the opening half a couple of nights ago. A real great story. Played for St. John's and then left when Patino took over. Went to play for Penny Hardaway and ended up going from 39 to 49% from the field as Flagg misses consecutive shots.
Yeah, it's on autopilot right now for Jones Garcia. I mean, you would expect that first 3 to go in as it did.
Oh, wow. Ingram with an audacious dunk attempt. Dexter Dennis from the wing knocks down the 3.
That's 5 straight now. He was 4 for 4 in the first game, so he has yet to miss a shot from the 3-point line.
Here's Cleveland up top, 10 on the shot clock. Flagg driving baseline, got it in 1. Count it. Cooper Flagg with his first field goal.
Very quick first step that time. Catches it on the left wing. He saw that Bryant was just a little bit Actually, it's not Carter Bryant in this possession. It's Lewis. He was able to get the angle to get his top foot by him on the baseline, and that was pretty quick to get that to the rim before the weak side rotated over.
Flagg at the line to try to complete the three-point play. There's a look at his stat line from a couple of nights ago. I was speaking with Jay Triano, one of the assistant coaches who will be running the offense for the Dallas Mavericks this year. He said he couldn't believe that young man is just 18 years old, does everything right with a tremendous amount of effort and a great connector as well. Here's Jones Garcia inside. Nice dish. Counter.
Yeah, that's all created by Jones Garcia again. Just not being able to contain him at the point of attack. He's in the lane whenever he wants to be, and when you do that, you collapse the defense, force two to the ball, and there's going to be opportunities for weak side slashes. This is what I would call the late find. Once you get to this area of the floor, you get two guys to commit. Now you just have to be either a slasher on the baseline or potentially there's going to be a kick out three there.
And Jones Garcia is showing that he can make the adjustment. He has not played a lot of point guard, but the Spurs have made him one here, and he's really been up to the task.
Yeah, he's not bothered whatsoever by ball pressure, so they put the ball in his hands a lot to initiate their offense here in Vegas.
Flagg playing off ball once again here, Tim, as Hall had that shot partially blocked. Here's Jones Garcia again. Remember, he played for the Capitanes in the G League, had a couple 50 balls playing for them. Was recently with the Utah Jazz G League affiliate. And watched him play down in Miami in preparation for this summer league. Flagg fouled. Looks like it's going to be a long two.
That's twice now for Ingram. Just extremely aggressive on these contests. Fouled Kelly earlier on a three-pointer in transition, and that time good job sliding his feet. Defensively was in good position, but then just a little bit overly aggressive on that contest on the shot.
So Flagg at the free throw line. Knocks down the first. Hey, Summer League action continues tonight in Las Vegas on NBA TV. Sacramento taking on Chicago on NBA TV at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Then it's Minnesota-Denver at 10. NBA TV Sunday has Phoenix-Atlanta at 3:30, followed by New York-Boston at 5:30. Flagg goes 1 for 2.
One thing that Josh Broghammer said they wanted to do today was let Cooper Flagg face up more. He was trying to back into the post so much the other night against the Lakers, and you've already seen that here. Most of what he has done has been from a face-up position.
Garcia goes tween, Hezzy, hang dribble, count it. Man, he was in his bag early.
I mean, that's a hand-on-hand contest at about 15, 16 feet. And again, just not bothered by that.
Nice backdoor cut. Kicked out of bounds. You know, I watched Garcia play last week in Miami at Stan Remy's gym down there. He was playing against Emmanuel Quickly, Andre Drummond, Chris Duarte, a bunch of high-level guys, and he was second to nobody in terms of getting buckets. He's prepared for this moment here at Summer League. Nembhard out top. A little bit conspicuous by his silence offensively. He gives it to Hall. Carter Bryant moving his feet so well. Nembhard didn't get it off in time, and Dallas getting a shot clock violation.
And that was impressive by Carter Bryant that time. So he guards Jordan Hall at first, who's a very efficient scorer, cuts him off, contests, and then watch him now come over and force this double team to give Nembhard no escape, and ultimately leads to the violation.
High ball screen for Jones Garcia. Lobs it up, and the bucket. Good, great finish by Isofo. He's got 4 in the ball game out of Jacksonville. Cleveland out top, guarded by Jones Garcia. 14 on the shot clock for the Mavericks. Down by 8 points early here. Nembhard playing with his food now to the wing. 3 on the shot clock for Cleveland. And good defense again, and the push now by the Spurs. Garcia calls for the ball screen from Isofo. Snakes the dribble. Light work for Jones Garcia.
Yeah, he called Bryant off because he wanted the ball screen switch with the center, knowing that that's a very difficult cover for a guy that big, and he got to his spot.
We're back in Las Vegas, where Cooper Flagg told me just yesterday he set a few goals for himself this upcoming season. He said, I obviously want to be Rookie of the Year. I think that's a standard goal that a lot of rookies want to set for themselves. But he said, other than that, I just want to contribute to winning at a high level. He said, we have a really good team, a really deep team. So whatever way I can contribute and just be myself and get better every single day, that's what I want to do. Guys, he's got big shoes to fill. Stephon Castle's courtside with the San Antonio Spurs roster, coming fresh off his Rookie of the Year award, guys.
Yeah, it's great to be ambitious, and it was interesting that when he went over the film, Coach Brogammer said to him and suggested that, hey, maybe you want to slow it down just a little bit, Cooper. You don't have to go right away on and attack switches right away, and you don't have to try and back guys down. You can pivot, face up, and go.
He forced the issue a little bit too much because he was pressing. He wanted to have a great debut, and some of that is you want to put the ball in the basket. So I thought, started to force it a little bit too much, particularly into like middle areas of the floor that were heavily contested shots. That's just tough, and it can snowball against you in that situation when you're not going to be efficient if those are the shots that you're hunting.
Does it look like he slowed it down a little bit?
I think he has, and I think they're putting him in different positions. He's been out of the perimeter more, facing up rather than backing guys down. I do think he can operate with that first step against guys his size very well.
Carter Bryant's jumper comes off. San Antonio with another opportunity. Bryant takes it into the paint through contact. And Carter Bryant will go to the free throw line for a couple of shots.
You know, one of the things that Katie said, look, he should have that ambition to be Rookie of the Year. He's a #1 pick in the draft. But everybody has to remember, a lot of that can be numbers-based. And he's going to a team with high expectations. They're waiting on Kyrie Irving to come back sometime, probably February, March. But regardless, this is a team that got D'Angelo Russell, and they still have Anthony Davis. Yeah. They're expecting to compete immediately. So maybe the numbers and the opportunities offensively aren't going to be quite the same for Cooper Flagg that they will be for some of these guys that are on teams that are in different situations where they're going to have the ball from day one. So
interesting timeline.
It could hinder his ability to win Rookie of the Year. I personally think it should be a blend of numbers and impact on a good team should matter, and that will help him because the Mavericks have this unusual situation where they're expecting to be relevant in the West, and they had the #1 pick.
Yeah, Kyrie Irving on no particular certain timeline, but estimates have it somewhere around All-Star break. Boy, look at the defensive pressure. Carter Bryant is the one guy you don't want guarding you. He has blown up this half-court set already. Lewis out of scramble mode. Carter Bryant, ubiquitous defensively everywhere.
I'm not sure if that was Bryant or Acifo on that block, but they both went up for it. It's been a while since I've seen a guy with this kind of size covering this kind of ground defensively. Yeah, that's Acifo. But Bryant, of course, as you would expect in the area, it does seem like he's guarding 5 guys at the same time.
San Antonio leading 21-9. Harper on the handle. Harper slips out of the screen. Dennis now sets the screen for Bryant. Get a look at his offense. Stare down 3, comes up short. And rebounded by Dallas, who is stuck on 9. Cooper Flagg on the bench getting a breather. And Nembhard got bailed out a little bit there. Lost the dribble, but got the foul on Dylan Harper. Harper making his summer league debut. If you're just joining us right now, his dad, Ron Harper, passed by our table, said hello a moment ago. Mom Maria was one of his and primary coaches coming up, former collegiate player herself at the University of New Orleans. Here's a look at Ron. NBA champ, working with the Bulls and Lakers.
You don't remind me. I was in the league from 1990 to 2000.
It's a bad
There was a certain team in the league that just kind of had a monopoly on those things. And he played for that team. That was the best defensive team I ever played against, where the Bulls team with Ron Harper, Jordan, Pippen. Good luck. That's a lot, man. That's a lot to deal with, yeah. And when they really let you grab and hold as well a little bit differently, trying to get away from those guys with all that size is not easy.
You still in therapy?
Thanks. 3 years. 3 years, money well spent. I thought I was through it. Give me that PTSD right now. Thank you. Oh, real quick, to talk about the versatility of Carter Bryant. So, he was guarding Cooper Flagg early. You've seen him at the rim making plays. That last possession, he's on Nembhard. So now they got him on the point guard for Dallas. So there is no situation that the Spurs are uncomfortable with Carter Bryant defensively.
1 second difference between the shot and game clock. Nembhard trying to stick Dylan Harper out top. Spurs in a 5 out. Here's the ghost screen from Dennis. Harper getting to his strong hand, pulls the 3. Flagg with the rebound. Harper takes it away, but won't get it off in time. Number 1 against number 2. Couple of new faces taking center stage. Quasar's ready.
A low-scoring first quarter. How do you guys get your offense going overall?
Man, we just got to get out and run in transition. Limit them to 1 shot, defensive rebound, and get out in transition and run. That's what got us to win the first game. We got to continue doing that.
You're coming off a 17-point summer league debut. How do you think you're shooting the ball right now?
I think I'm shooting the ball really well. I mean, that's my game, and I'm going to continue doing that. Hopefully we come out with this win.
Carter Bryant has been really disruptive for the Spurs on the defensive end. How can you guys kind of neutralize him moving forward?
I mean, we just got to play our game at the end of the day. The Spurs are a really good defensive team. They're connected. So we just got to play our offensive game at the end of the day and come out with this win.
Thanks, Miles.
Of course.
Mark.
All right, Katie, right now San Antonio with a 10-point lead. Cooper Flagg fouled on that 4-8 of the basket. Pulled up for a 12-foot jump shot and took the hit. So far, 7 minutes, 3 points. And the foul goes against Mensah. Flagg 1 of 4 from the field, 1 of 4 from the free throw line. Collegiately, shot it in the high 30s from deep, but Tim, those extra couple of feet is a big adjustment, right?
Well, it's about 4 to 5 feet. Yeah, so that's a big one. And also just in general, the shot quality that he's going to get is going to be different. You're playing on a team in college where you have better talent all over the floor than your competition. You're going to get better looks. This is a little bit different here. You're going to have to create a little bit more of those on your own. They're going to be more highly contested. I think it's going to be the biggest challenge for Cooper Flagg. Absolutely, his rookie year is finding shooting rhythm.
Well, Kelly just told Katie that he's ready to shoot, and he just missed a 3 a moment ago, out of bounds. That's off of Lewis. And I thought I saw an eclipse as somebody walked by our table a moment ago. I was right. Victor Wembanyama kind of blocked everything as he passed by us here in the house once again with a Spurs teammate. That's Keldon Johnson with the hat on. He got some good lit game there.
The only guy in the building that Jamarian Sharp is looking up at, right? That's 7'5", looking up at Wemby.
Great point. Nice cut by Harper. Oh, a little jelly at the rim. Stunting like his daddy. Dylan Harper.
Hanging in the air and starts on the left side of the basket, but hangs in the air long enough to get that thing to the other side.
Cooper Flagg walks into the 3, and he laces it. Flagg knocking down his first 3 of Summer League. He's 1 of 2 from deep.
You know that's got to feel good because that's going to open things up a little bit for him. You want to see that first deep one to go, and that was a contested shot. Nice job with his handle to create that space.
Number 2 pick and the number 1 pick back-to-back here, Tim.
Yeah, this is nice right here. Nice back cut. See him take off. The defender was on the left side of the rim, so he just stayed in the air to get to the right side. Nice job by Carter Bryant contesting on the shooting side, but Cooper Flagg had enough time to get that off clean, stayed with it a little bit better, and gets one to go from deep.
Dylan Harper knocks down the first. A 75% free throw shooter at Rutgers. His older brother, of course, Ron Jr., also played at Rutgers. He's a member of the Pistons this past season. Ron, of course, with the 15-year NBA career. Dylan with 6 in the ball game. And Dylan, the guy that had to walk that fine line with mom being coach a lot of times in high school. Flagg lost the handle, threw up a wild shot, and drew the foul.
So impressed with San Antonio's ability to contest everything at the rim, because that was an opportunity. It looked like Cooper Flagg had an open lane, and this is all created because of the ball pressure in the backcourt. So once you break it, you've now got numbers. Cooper Flagg had a lot of room there to get to the rim, but again, even this was contested, and it's clearly a foul coming down across his arm as he's trying to get that scoop shot to go.
Flagg is not averse to trying to punch it on somebody in the paint as Lewis comes out of the ball game. The lead at 9 right now. Both these teams won their summer league openers. Dallas defeating the Los Angeles Lakers. And Flagg knocks down the second. He's got 9 points so far. He scored the last 6 in a row for the Mavericks. Here's Jameer Nelson Jr. Boy, big man in drop. They left him alone, but he couldn't cash out. And here comes Kelly. Quickly to Flagg. One more to Nembhard. Great ball movement. Flagg with the one dribble pull-up. Harper on the outlet. Lobs it up for Bryant. That pass way off the mark.
Well, it's tough to miss that guy on a lob, so that was offline. That hit the glass, because I don't think you could throw it too high for him. And you can see right here, he's pointing up. He wanted it even higher than they threw it to him.
Right.
After that turnover, he's got a smile on his face.
Dylan Harper going to get a breather right now. He hasn't played competitive basketball since late March. The rusty passings right there.
I think it had a little bit too much heat on it. Actually, I think Carter Bryant was trying to time that up, as most guys are that are running the wing, and they want that lob, and that ball just had a little bit too much sauce on it. It got to the backboard before Carter Bryant was really ready to catch it.
Jones Garcia with that hostage dribble. Had his man in jail, but couldn't get the layup. Flagg crosses over, sprays it out to the wing. Nobody home. It's out of bounds and on the turnover. It'll come back to the San Antonio Spurs, who lead by 8. It's the 7th turnover for Dallas.
I mean, you know, sometimes it's difficult. It's a judgment call whether it was a foul or not. That's pretty easy. When you get raked across the arm that hard to dislodge the ball to that extent, you're going to get that every time.
Sideline out of bounds. Here's Flagg, guarded by Carter Bryant. Big man in the drop. Flagg raises up. Man, good looking jumper from mid-range.
That was nice because he got his shoulder, that left shoulder around squared, and he really elevated on that shot. Perfect balance.
A whistle and a foul that's going to go against Dallas and Ryan Nembhard.
Well, good idea to get Carter Bryant off of him. So that screen makes Carter Bryant now chasing the play. And it's just enough space. You can see him freeze the back line big, knowing that he wants to get to that little pull-up 15-footer. I thought that was the most on-balance mid-range shot he's taken now through the first game and almost a half.
Flagg, a guy that, quick to say, I like to watch video of Jason Tatum. Admires his game. Jones Garcia double-teamed. Almost ripped him clean. Got it back. 7 on the shot clock. It's tipped out of bounds. It'll stay at this end. San Antonio basketball with 7 on the shot clock. Carter Bryant to trigger. Dylan Harper on the bench right now. In 6 minutes, he's 2 of 5 for 6 points, including a couple of free throws.
Josh Broghammer made a good point to us. He said the other night against the Lakers, you're playing against more guys that had NBA experience. And as you said, grown men, right, that have been around a while. And he said today it's more like guys the same age as Cooper Flagg. It's more the younger guys who are going to be prone to mistakes defensively and things like that, which might allow Cooper Flagg to maybe get into a little bit more of an offensive rhythm than he could against the Lakers.
Carter Bryant almost knocked it away. Hall out front. Guys against minutes. Picked up his dribble. 7 on the shot clock. Cooper Flagg makes a little bit of space. Tough step back. Left it on the front rim. Carter Bryant gets the stop. Flagg now 3 of 8. Boy, Jones Garcia actually passed up the open look. Maybe not for long. Those tween and crosses. He's gonna walk down the big guy. Got himself a little bit too deep that time, Tim.
First time I've seen him look indecisive in the 2 games he's played. You're right. He had a clean look initially that he should have taken. As a result, he ends up passing it up, taking it too deep, surrounded, and now all of the activity with the Mavericks' hands dislodged that basketball.
Justin Zormello, his trainer, has done a great job of getting this young man ready.
There's just too many bodies in there now. He's just going to get swarmed, and you see the rake coming down and creating that turnover.
Ingram off the elbow. Gets it back. Latifah back out to Jameer Nelson Jr. 3 on the clock. Got a pull. Didn't have much choice. And it comes off to the Mavericks. Here's Flagg. Lead stands at 6. 6 minutes to go in the first half. Flagg turns the corner. Nice pass out to the wing. And the 3 a little bit strong, but there's his passing skills, right?
That reminded me a lot of what we saw to Cooper Flagg at Duke. Right there. He first runs the ghost DHO on the sideline, so it looks like it's going to be a dribble handoff. Confuses the 2 defenders. He keeps it. How many times I saw him at Duke make this exact pass, driving down the left side of the lane, that jump pass to the opposite side to an open shooter. So that's great awareness. He could have forced something there up at the rim, but he knew once he turned the corner, he was going to get the weak side rotation, which means there has to be someone floating on the weak side for an open shot.
Took out of bounds by Ingram. Nembhard's pass, shot clock at 12. Ryan Nembhard, the point guard on the floor right now for the Dallas Mavericks, although Flagg has been handling quite a bit today again. Nembhard out of Gonzaga. Led the nation in assists a season ago from a basketball family. Got a little bit of food on the wing. Fires and comes up short. And he retrieves it on the steal. Hall missed the reverse. Mavericks chasing down the loose ball rebound. Wow, we got a foul underneath as Cleveland elevated and drew the hit.
That was just all effort by Cleveland. Once Hall missed that layup, because it looks like a guaranteed 2, and a lot of guys are going to stop playing, but Cleveland hustles in to run it down, and once he turned in the corner, he saw that that baseline was open. One quick swing through, and now it's just a matter of trying to elevate, get that contact.
Cleveland knocks down the first free throw. Hey, our NBA Summer League quadruple header continues tonight on ESPN2. Hornets and Sixers, followed by Lakers Pelicans. The Grizzlies and Trailblazers rounding.
Going to be doing this in the league for a really long time. Carter Bryant hounded early, but then I thought this layup got him unlocked a little bit, and then he finally is able to hit a deep ball, which is always going to make you feel better. After that, hit a nice mid-range as well, and he's done a great job aggressively downhill getting to the line. 7 free throw attempts already.
11 points on 3 of 8 from the field. Minutes off the mark. Rebounded by Dallas. Here's Hall out top. Hands it off to Nembhard. Gets it back on the relocation. And Minutes with the rebound. Back out to Ingram. Straightaway 3. Comes up short. Dallas looking to push. Gotham. Tough find to Nembhard. Trapped on the baseline. And he'll pull it back up. His brother Andrew in attendance, along with his father Claude, watching him in Summer League play. 4 on the shot clock. Gotham with a sidestep 3. And San Antonio gets, almost was a shot clock violation.
Really impressed with the defensive effort on both of these teams today. How many possessions have gone deep into the clock, leading to either shot clock violations or forced jumpers at the end of the clock?
Jones Garcia gets it back. One more to the corner. Here's Nembhard. Pass picked off on its way to the corner. Ingram. Next to Dennis off the mark. And that's going to be out of bounds off of San Antonio. As Flagg will come back into the ball game, as does Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper 2 of 5 from the field. 6 points. Complete a couple of free throws. It'll be Dallas basketball.
Seen this a lot out of San Antonio today. There's backcourt pressure trying to deny the initial inbounder.
We talked about it.
Somebody else bring it up.
We talked about it. That's a trend, an increasing trend across the NBA. Saw it in the finals a lot with both the Pacers and the Thunder. Flagg around the screen, empty corner. Back out to Nembhard. 3 on the shot clock inside, and we're going to have a foul. against Ingram with 2.1. Tim, as you pointed out, another possession deep into the shot clock. Fortunately, they got bailed out.
Yeah, and actually, that's on Cooper Flagg. Once he did that little snake dribble off the ball screen, he got down to the post. Against the Lakers, he was continuing to keep that dribble and get into a wrestling match down there. That time, just picked it up, moved the ball to the next spot.
Flagg on the wing against Harper. Kelly pulls the three. That misses everything. Sanogo, wow. Seen a lot of wild things at Summer League. That was almost another one. Flagg inside through the contact. And Osifo commits the foul.
And you think you got enough clout if you're a CFO to get that challenge?
No,
you know, we see that finger waving a lot in the league, right?
That's got to stop.
It's all about clout and leverage. Like who is it that's requesting that challenge, right? That's what's going through the coach's mind right then.
Hey, I started max guys and go from there.
Right.
So Flagg goes back to the free throw line where he's 4 of 7 today. Tim, let's take a closer look at his stroke. You talked about the way the ball comes off of his hand. And on this free throw, it's a good opportunity to talk about that follow-through in particular. It's supposed to come off the index finger, right?
It's good. Those last two things that are going to touch the basketball are the index and middle finger. And when he's at the foul line, it's actually better because he's got time. He can process his grip. He can line up the seams, and that's a pretty good rotation from the foul line. Some of these jump shots that he's taken here through 2 games have a little bit of a sideways rotation, which means it's not coming off of the middle and index fingers last. So the free throw looks better than some of these deeper jumpers.
Off the turnover, Nembhard surveys back out to Cleveland. Cleveland raises up and through the contact, a classy finish. And we're knotted at 25 with just under 3 minutes to go, by virtue of a 13-2 run.
If you want to impress somebody with your energy, Matt Cleveland is doing that right now. He's been all over the place for the Mavericks on both ends of the floor, but particularly offensively.
Jones Garcia, call him job fair because he's given out a lot of work tonight. Another bucket for him. He's got 9 and made it look easy. Nembhard pulls it out. Flagg with the left this time. Great control with the left hand.
Really impressive wiry strength right there on the part of Cooper Flagg. And I think that's what you talked about for 18. A lot of 18-year-olds don't have that sort of upper body strength because Carter Bryant was riding his right side that time, and Cooper Flagg just kept it in his left hand. He never needed to get that second hand on the ball. I mean, this is a big body on you, an athletic body, and he just goes ahead and extends that left hand to get it up to the basket. That was an impressive drive.
Thought I heard somebody yell weight room down there, Tim. I'm not sure, but Carter Bryant did all he could but couldn't stop Flagg on that. Cooper Flagg, the second youngest #1 pick ever at 18 years old, and LeBron James remains the youngest. He too was 18 and he was drafted #1 coming out of high school. Flagg with 12 here in the second quarter so far. Here's Bryant. Spurs 3 falls this time as they try to get back Minix with 6 points.
He's got a nice looking stroke. And he gets his feet set. He's very good at when he screens and then pops back, gets those feet set. Quick release.
Great time by Nembhard to a wide open Kelly. Ryan Nembhard has shown great sovereignty over this Dallas offense in the 2 games we've watched him so far. And he's done that since the first practice a couple of weeks ago. Bryant from 3. And Flagg had it knocked away by Harper, but it'll be Dallas basketball.
Yeah, Nembhard, it's showing you why it's so important to come to a situation like this with guys don't know each other very well, not a lot of continuity. To have a natural point guard that really sees pass first and he understands how to collapse defenses, it's so important in a setting like this because possessions can become haphazard. You're not running sets. You don't have enough time to implement that stuff. It's about feel and understanding where your teammates are. Nembhard does that at a high level.
It's going to be an offensive foul against the Mavericks. Nembhard was telling me draft night he and his brother, mom, dad were at a downtown restaurant in Indianapolis. His name wasn't called in the first 2 rounds, but they were in contact with the Mavericks the entire process, and immediately after the draft concluded, got a phone call, and he signed a 2-way with Dallas. He's coming for a spot. That is a determined young man. Good hands defensively by Dallas for the steal. Nembhard on the break. Got it blocked by Dylan Harper, who put him in the friend zone. Wow.
Man, that's great defense on both ends. First, you get the strip by Jordan Hall on David Jones-Garcia. The great hands leads to this break. Nembhard's thinking that, this is the fellow point guard back here. I think I could probably get one up over him. Dylan Harper having none of it.
Wow.
Man, that's elevation, and that's great timing.
Under a minute to go in the first half. Tough bucket on the turnaround jumper by Jordan Hall. And Dallas back up by 2. Bryant trying to get it to Minnick. It's knocked out of bounds off of Bryant. Good ball pressure that time by Dallas.
Jordan Hall back-to-back defensive plays, and he can score. That comes naturally to him. And you come into a situation like this and you're a known scorer, you want to show people that you also can guard and you're willing to do it and you're versatile. He's come up with back-to-back plays to lead the turnovers for Dallas here to end the half.
Great pocket pass. Hall sprays it to the corner. One more. Kelly for 3. Everything but the bucket that time for Dallas. 30 seconds to go. Here's Dylan Harper. 2 of 5 from the field, 6 points. Guarded by Nembhard. 8-second difference between the shot and game clock. Flagg switches on to Harper. Harper draws the foul and the bucket.
That is nice. That's high level. That's NBA level right there, because he's going to get to his right hand right here. But right there, gets the contact and is able to get it back to his left hand, which is his shooting hand. And look how soft it is. He takes the shove. That's easily going to knock him off balance, but he's able to stay with the shot. You saw him concentrating on the finish. Watch that ball all the way to the end, even after he hit the ground and was backpedaling away.
San Antonio Spurs are going to be a problem in the West this year. When you look at him and the other lefty point guard they got, De'Aaron Fox. Saw him yesterday, spoke with him off of hand surgery. He played most of last season with a damaged pinky on his shooting hand. He showed it to me a couple times during the year. That thing made left turns and right turns where it wasn't supposed to. So he's on the mend. He'll be ready for training camp. And the Spurs backcourt looked pretty solid. Flagg from deep, a logo 3. Jones-Garcia lets it go. It's a team miss. But a good first half. Cooper Flagg and the Mavericks trail by 1. He's got 15 on 4 of 9 from the field. Meanwhile, Dylan Harper in his summer league
has acquitted himself very well. Also, you've seen the polish on these finishes. Stepped into a long ball as well. And you're seeing all of those things that San Antonio loved that made him the number 2 pick.
Spoke to his dad at halftime, said he hasn't played since March. He's only going to get better, much better. Flagg left that jumper short on the outlet. Bryant was open. They didn't see him. Ingram brings it across. Stares down Nembhard. On the cross. Made a little bit of space. Got his own miss. And scored the second one. Ingram staying with it. His first bucket of the ball game. Nembhard, the primary ball handler this time against Bryant. And that's going to be foul on Carter Bryant.
That's just poise on the part of Nembhard. Look, that's a lot of pressure. It looks like a lot of pressure, but at the same time, Nembhard knew the entire time kind of what he wanted to do, and ultimately, he used all of that aggressiveness against him to create the contact and force the foul.
Flagg rejects the ball screen, misses the jumper, and rebounded by Dylan Harper. Harper on the fly, steps through, and got the layup. Harper now with 11 points.
So creative with the basketball on the open floor. That burst to take it at that one defender, take the ball over his head and get to the rim to that left hand.
Here he is again, surveys the floor, stares down Lewis, goes tween and drives, and got the foul on Lewis. Hesitation dribble by Harper.
Yeah, you've seen a nice burst of acceleration. Right here, he turns it on. He knows at that point with that last burst, that's going to take that second defender that's trying to catch up out of the play. He knows he's got a smaller defender back there in Nembhard, so he could just go over the top with the basketball and still had enough touch to finish that softly.
Bryant against Flagg, spins, fires, pulls. Left that on the front rim. Another opportunity. Bryant elevates. Wow. He took his soul to the hole that time and drew the foul.
Well,
That's kind of breathtaking.
Listen, they've got a replica of the Eiffel Tower over at the Paris Casino. That's what Jamarian Sharp looks like. And he just climbed it. He lost the ball, really, before there was any contact. But you could see from the time he caught that basketball around the top of the key what his intentions were.
Yeah, you could tell he's made some of those. Flagg on the crossover, draws the foul on Dylan Harper. You love the defensive intensity from both these teams in this game.
Oh, they're both getting after it.
Yeah.
You know, this is great. The intensity, the commitment to it, and it's really been every single possession. Nothing coming easy for either one of these teams.
Sharp hands it off to Kelly. Miles Kelly had 17 points in the opener. Sharpshooter out of Auburn. Georgia Tech transfer. We got a whistle and a foul. And that's going to be against the big guy, Jamarian Sharp, who was moving while setting the screen.
You always feel bad for the big guys when they get caught on this because he's trying to do the right thing. He's supposed to seal on the screen to give his guard more driving space, but I think when he wrapped those hands back, that's when the official had a better look at it.
Harper on the catch and go against Nembhard. Got him up in the air. Loose ball comes off the flag. Dallas with numbers. Kelly. Mensa. Nembhard couldn't get it to Sharp. It's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay at that end. Nembhard will trigger on the baseline out of bounds play. Ryan Nembhard hasn't scored yet today. He's 0-5. They're scoring 21 in the opener. Corner three from Nembhard, now 0-6. Ingram to Sharp, to Harper. Nembhard leading the break. Lewis for three. And Carter Bryant with the board. Nice hit ahead. Good catch by Harper. Mensa inside. Harper with the tip, and that's going to be a goaltend against Sharp.
That was interesting because Harper tipped it and Sharp then hit it off the glass. You don't see that very often on a tip where a shot is goaltended because it's almost impossible to time that up. First of all, everybody in the building thinks this is going to drop. Once it rolls off, there's the tip, and then Sharp, his instinct's always to try to get everything at the rim, gets there a little bit late.
Dylan Harper's actually going to stay in the ballgame. Remember, Cater reported earlier that he's on a minutes restriction of about 20 minutes. Coming off a groin injury. He's going to be cautious with him, so he will go to the bench. Jones Garcia had 22 points in the first game a couple of nights ago. And got off to a decent start here tonight with 9 points. Comes in. He's guarding Nembhard. Flagg off the away action. Got downhill with his strong hand and got to the rim for the foul.
And Carter Bryant, again, I talked about it in the first half, off the ball. He's trying to play topside on Cooper Flagg and go chest to chest. He tried to deny him. Cooper Flagg was able to still get around him. And once he comes off those two screens, there's nothing left on that side. He can just catch it, turn, put his head down, and then try to get contact. Hope you get that whistle, which he did.
So Flagg back at the free throw line. He shot more free throws tonight than the entire Spurs team. That was his 10th foul shot of the night. He's now 6 of 10. My partner Tim Leko pointed out the follow through and the way the ball comes off his hand there. We got a close up on that second shot.
Yeah, better on the free throws because he's got When you're at the free throw line, there are no outside variables. It's all about you, your hand placement, where you put the seams, how you concentrate on your follow through. When you're doing it in live action, it's a little bit harder.
Flagg on the lob, the flag bearer of a new generation in Dallas.
Yeah, he wanted that immediately. He started pointing up as he crossed half court. That was perfectly placed for him to go up and finish that.
Great pass. What a dime drop by Ryan Nembhard. And Cooper Flagg flying charter here.
Yeah, it's his first real moment to have one of these. Get out in the open floor. His athletic ability is a big part of this complete package that he brings to the table. Not just the skill and the savvy. We talked about those things, the intensity. He's also a high-level athlete, and you can see it right there. He went up and got that.
Hey, you know he's already got a little bit of juice, and as our Dave McMenamin reported on the flight here, they flew commercial several nights ago. He got one of the 5 or 6 available first-class seats.
Yeah, I had a feeling it would work out that way.
It wasn't middle.
I'm saying he was not in 27C. I can tell you that right now.
Middle seat coach?
Absolutely not, with a basket of snacks. No, he was getting something different up front.
Yeah, pass those peanuts back. Cleveland inside, off glass, and it comes off. Dallas down by 4, though. Ingram stares down Flagg, spins. Tough dime inside. Osipo. Little uphill DHO to Minutes. Nice pass back. Wonderful basketball by the Spurs there.
Really nice play by Minutes that time, because that dribble handoff came against the sideline. He was pinned on the baseline. Looked like it was headed nowhere, but he had the vision to hit Osipo on the dive.
Cisse out top. Here's Hall from deep. Missing everything. Rebounded by the Mavericks. Back out. Kelly with a tough shot. And rebounded by Minutes. 5.5 minutes to go in the third. Ingram with the left. Trying to play some bully ball on the rookie. Back out to Jones Garcia. And nobody home in the corner. Spurs and Mavericks bending corners here. And Flagg swerving a little bit.
This melty white American cheese.
The best impersonator in the game right now.
My guy.
One of them.
Incredible. Does a lot of sports impressions, too. Probably most of the people in this building he could do.
John Wall also in the building here at Thomas and Mack. And
saw that hat, right?
The Bullets.
Saw the Bullets hat,
Not
right?
Wizards.
That warms my heart. 2 years of Bullet, 2 years of Wizard. So I had both.
All on the lob. And in the business of news, we call it burying the lead, because that's the lead. He's the lead. The answer. Moment ago with Ace Bailey, first-round pick of the Utah Jazz. You talk about a guy that played as hard as you possibly could for, on average, about 41 minutes per game.
Really, it defied logic. A guy that size, right?
Yeah.
That's slightly built with that sort of mindset, man.
Throwing his body around every
Continue to come at you possession after possession. The number of hits, the number of times he ends up on his back. That guy just loved playing.
6-point ball game. Wipe up a wet spot on the floor. San Antonio with the lead. Both these teams coming in undefeated this afternoon. Nice crowd on hand, as always, here at Las Vegas Summer League. And you know, one of the great things about coming here in the summer for 10 days in July is you can walk back and forth between the game here at Thomas and Mack, go across the concourse to Cox Pavilion, where there's another game going on. So it is a basketball junkie's dream.
That's everything. I don't know. There's really any time in the year, including All-Star Weekend, where you're going to see everybody, right, in the NBA world gathered in one place.
I'm trying to make the all-hotel lobby team. And run into coaches, GMs, players.
Come on, man. You're a Hall of Famer there. Hall of Famer on that team.
Jones Garcia had it blocked. Phelps on the drive, and one. Count it. Dirk Phelps out of Texas A&M. Will go to the line and try and complete the three-point play.
Yeah, Josh Programmer said he was going to extend the rotation a little bit today and give Phelps an opportunity. First of all, that's just going up and grabbing something off the glass, and this is just nice downhill And they teach you that when you're in middle school. You keep the ball in the middle of the floor until somebody stops you. Zurich Phelps took it all the way to the rim, and that strong body able to play through the contact.
And Antonio leading by 4 still. Jones Garcia against Nembhard. This would be a pretty good matchup. Snakes the screen. Jones Garcia inside. Count it and 1. He's got 11 points, and the meter is still running.
Yeah, I was about to say, as he was coming up the floor, I thought there have been a few possessions in this game where he was almost overthinking, trying to facilitate. This is what he does right here, and you could see at that time he was determined. He was going to get downhill, get into the paint, continuing to stay on balance, use his footwork, and extend, because he can certainly play some point, as you mentioned, and he's made some nice finds over the 2 games we've seen him, but this is what he does really at his core. He just flat out can score against just about anybody.
For Penny Hardaway at Memphis. 7-point lead for the Spurs. Here's Hall. Float game. A little bit short. Jones Garcia fouled on the play. Hall looked into the eyes of the official as if to say, you see me, right?
I think that was a little bit of a reaction on that floater that came up a couple feet short, and then he fouls in the backcourt. So not necessarily the best back-to-back plays for Jordan Hall, but overall has played pretty well here.
Jones got open off the 45 action and knocks down a long 3. That jumper is butter. He winks at some of the Spurs courtside and says, I got a lot more where that came from. He's up to 15. Hall pulls and got the auspicious bounce.
Yeah, he felt that Jordan Hall was going to try to make up for that last one, and he does. But again, David Jones Garcia just getting to his spot off that ball screen for the quick pull-up. If he wants to hunt, he's going to have a lot of heads on his mantle.
Goes around the world, got downhill, drops it off. Osifo against contact, out of bounds. It'll stay Spurs ball as Flagg comes back into the game.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Comes off. If you're going to trail that, he's going to just stop. Look how long he holds that follow through. Little wink over there. And a smile. Why not, man? Have some fun. Not a lot of people so far through the first few days of this have played better.
Osifo with the hammer punches it home, and the lead swelling to the biggest of the ball game, 10 right now. Osifo with 8. Look at the defense here by Jones Garcia. Nice spin move inside and bucket by McLaughlin.
Yeah, that was strong. It looked at first like maybe he didn't have anywhere to go, but he knew exactly what he wanted to do. There was no help coming off the wing, so he had basically a one-on-one opportunity in the middle of the floor. So then you get to that spin, it's a pretty easy shot.
It's going to be a foul against Dallas and Nembhard. A quiet offensive night for Nembhard so far. But he does have 4 assists. A man who grew up in Aurora, Ontario, which for those of you that are unfamiliar with the geography of Ontario, it's about an hour north on Highway 400 from Toronto. Jones Garcia, a little machine gun dribble, front back, had it knocked away.
There's a lot of contact on that. He wanted that call. Probably should have got it.
We got a timeout on the floor. When we come back, Katie will be joined by the reigning.
Be able to, put my name as a staple in history forever, and now we have another chance to, three-peat. So just to be able to do that has been great.
You said you've had some time to evaluate. Where do you feel like you want to take a step in your game this next season in year 2?
Improve defensively. I feel like I was a good defender last year, but I want to try and reach like an elite defender level, and obviously just show more of my offensive game, just expanding more, especially with a bigger role next year. I think next year will be a fun season for us.
One of the big pieces of news in the offseason was that Mitch Johnson was elevated to the head coaching position from interim. Why was he the right person to lead this young, talented roster forward?
Mitch has been here for a while. I felt super comfortable with Mitch all season last season. Obviously that's not a player's decision, but I feel like our front office does a great job with tough decisions like that. And I know Mitch is the right guy for the job, and he's going to be great for us in the next couple of years for sure.
Once you guys got De'Aaron Fox, it felt like you were just starting to click as a unit, and then obviously Victor Wembanyama was sidelined with his blood clot. How excited are you to get that core group back and to be able to work on the chemistry and continuity for a full season?
Super excited. I mean, if you think about it, none of us even played a whole half season together. So to be able to, go into that next year, especially with the new guys that we have, the guys that we brought back, some guys that we got out of free agency, I think next year will be fun. And, just hopefully everybody stays healthy and we'll be able to, show the league what we can do.
What's it been like for you learning from De'Aaron Fox?
Say it again?
What's it been like for you learning from De'Aaron Fox?
It's been great. I mean, he's a long-time vet in the league, great guard. So being able to play alongside him, but also pick his brain on a lot of things because he's been there, he's seen it. So being able to pick his brain, especially this early in my career, it's only gonna help me in the future.
You've been out on this court. You've made your summer league debut. What's your early impression of Dylan Harper so far?
Dylan, he's super poised. He looks very comfortable out there. Not forcing things. And I'm just happy I'm able to be here and experience it. During my debut, we had guys come out and watch us, so I'm just happy I'm able to come out here for them.
Carter Bryant has been an absolute force on the defensive end. What excites you about adding him to the roster?
I mean, just with all the defensive pieces that we have already, being able to add this, to the young group that we have is going to be scary for sure.
And then just lastly, David Jones-Garcia has been fantastic through Summer League. What's impressed you about his play?
That's my guy. I actually played the training camp Summer League with him, and that's where I met him at. He's hilarious, first of all, but it's been good to see him just play great basketball. As he gets to and one.
You could do play-by-play for Mark Jones.
I might be able to.
Hey.
Multi-versatile. Thank you so much, Stephon. We wish you the best of luck this upcoming season. Congratulations on all your success.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Mark.
Yeah, Castle's been doing a great job since the season ended. Got back in the lab after a couple of weeks out there in Los Angeles with NBA skills trainer Olin Simplis, who has so many great athletes come through his gym, including Evan Mobley. BJ Edgecombe was out there working out with him as well. And I'll tell you what, you surround yourself around some competition. Iron sharpens iron, right?
No doubt. Stephon Castle, as tough as they come. I mean, he is a guy that wants to fight. He wants to take on the challenge defensively. Got better and better offensively as the year went on. He's just a complete player, mostly. A guy that just wants to win.
Tell you what, the San Antonio Spurs, when you look at their depth chart, they're ready. They've got a lot of ordnance, a lot of weaponry. They add Dylan Harper to the mix, but you talk about Sohan, you talk about Wemby, of course, you talk about Vassell, Keldon Johnson, Champagnie, all here in attendance. That's a talented crew. De'Aaron Fox is going to have an entire healthy training camp now with the Spurs. It's going to look different.
And got a backup big in Luke Cornett as well, who is another guy that wants to rim protect at a really high level.
Jones-Garcia, as Mangus was shaking out of the corner, couldn't find him. Off the turnover. The lead up to 12, though, for the Spurs. There's a look at the two deep we were talking about with Fox and Harper at the point. Castle, Vassell, Harrison Barnes, the Sage vet who shot the ball well from deep last year. Still has a lot left in the tank. Here's Flagg. The Rook with a slick finish in traffic.
Really nice changing hands. It looked for a second like he was going to try to put that into his right hand and power that through, but that's creativity in the air, switching to the left hand and avoiding the contact to go around the defender. Nice.
Jones-Garcia rejects the screen, sprays it out to the wing, and that's going to be a foul against Hall.
Yeah, Cooper Flagg here. Nice job right there. Switches it to the opposite hand, knowing this isn't a 7-footer back there. It's Jones-Garcia, so he had more than enough space and room to get that off. He has a nice acceleration.
Yeah.
If you press up on him at half court, Cooper Flagg has really good straight ahead speed with the ball to be able to beat that initial defender. Now you put a couple guys in the rearview mirror. That's when you create numbers on the back end.
20 points so far on 6 of 15 from the field, 7-11 from the foul line. And has an assist as well. That second foul shot good. Lead is up to 12. Dallas with plenty of time to get a decent look here. Nembhard into the front court. Goes screen by Flagg. Jones Garcia picks him up. Flagg punching it home. Minix will have a chance, and Flagg got a piece. Doing it at both ends of the floor. Dallas winning with a little bit of defense in that sequence.
Cooper Flagg giving
better on a Blackstone.
Welcome back to Las Vegas, where the San Antonio Spurs have a 10-point lead over the Mavericks. We're with David Jones Garcia. David, you've been on an absolute heater in Summer League. What do you like most about the way that you're playing right now?
Just trying to make the right play. You know, I've been a scorer all year in the all season last year in the G League. Right now, I think the offense is opening up a little bit more because I'm a really passer. So, yeah, just making the right play and trying to win every game.
Carter Bryant has been an absolute force on the defensive side today. What's impressed you about his disruption?
You know, he got the length, he's strong. I'll be talking to him about, you know, it don't matter making or miss shots. You got to keep playing hard. He's young. He still got a long way to go, and I think he's going to be good.
Thanks for the time, David.
Appreciate it.
Jones Garcia having a good night. 18 points in the ball game. Talked about the fact that he prepped for the Summer League down in Miami, working with Justin Zormello, the analytics coach, and Chris Duarte, NBA player, Dwight Howard, former NBA player, playing in the Big Three right now, and Emmanuel Quickly amongst the competition that he got his game sharpened against. I'm going to say that at some point he's going to get shut down here.
You might be right.
With a deal from some team. He's just playing that well right now.
As he deserves. There's no doubt that's an NBA guard. And there are teams, as we both know, that need that scoring punch. You put the ball in a guy's hands and say, go get me one. He's it.
One of the great line of players that have come out of the Dominican Republic. One of them, Al Horford, a free agent right now. Out top, Miles Kelly.
Right now, the question mark for Dallas is this. Who else can get some offense going? Cooper Flagg has 7 made field goals in this game. The rest of this team has 9 collectively. So it's got to be somebody else against a very good Spurs defense that can step up and create some offense. But San Antonio is just, the way they're defending the lane and the way they're closing out to the three-point line, there's just not a lot of time or space, so it's going to have to come down to guys creating their own offense. And right now, the only guy who's done that consistently is Cooper Flagg for Dallas.
Cooper Flagg 7 of 16 from the field, a little bit more efficient than he was a couple of nights ago in his debut against the Los Angeles Lakers. Here's Nembhard. The snatchback dribble against Jameer Nelson Jr. 13 on the shot clock. Snakes the ball screen from 17. That rims out. A tough shooting night for Nembhard, who's now 0 for 7. Although he does have 4 assists. Hey, the Emirates NBA Cup tips off October 31st. The much anticipated tournament returns with all 30 teams in group play and 8 advancing to the knockout rounds. But only 1 will capture the cup. Visit NBA.com/NBA Cup to learn a lot more. The reigning champs, of course, the Milwaukee Bucks. The year before it was the Los Angeles Lakers. Love that competition. Great way to, they really juiced up the early part of the regular season of the NBA with that tournament.
Oh, no doubt. That was the goal, and it's, I think, been even better than anybody could have expected. The key was, were you going to get NBA players to buy into that concept early in the season, that it's different than a regular NBA season game. And I think year 1 clearly showed us that immediately, and they followed it up, I think, with even more meaning to it in year 2.
I'm not pocket watching, but they did play it for a little bit of cash too.
It all helps. It all helps.
Got that mortgage note coming in a couple of weeks.
That's it. Yeah, there was a reason you saw some of those dudes maybe that weren't as much in the rotation heavily involved in that tournament emotionally on the bench.
Invested.
No doubt.
All right, so we get the tip. Sharp hands it back to Hall. All fighting off Harper. And we're going to have a foul against Dylan Harper, but very engaged at the defensive end as well, Dylan, right?
No, absolutely. And that's exactly what Mike Noyes said to us before the game. He said, the one thing I can guarantee you, and I don't know how it's going to go for him offensively because he's a little bit rusty, he's going to guard. And he gets a steal. There he is right there. He already had an incredible block earlier. Oh, man.
Dylan Harper with a hard landing. There's a foul called.
That's a clean play. Jamarian Sharp just going up. And what he does, he's a shot blocker trying to get there to prevent that dunk. Nothing dirty about it, but when you're going that fast, jump that high, and try to finish with two hands, you don't have a lot of control of your body. You saw that.
No time to get the landing gear down.
Contact from the backside, but he definitely makes a play on the basketball as well. Fortunately, Dylan Harper able to bounce up from that.
Harper was nursing a groin injury coming into the tournament here. Didn't play in the Salt Lake City Review Summer League. And back at the free throw line, knocks down the first of two.
Yeah, he's the complete package offensively. I mean, he's got a beautiful shooting stroke from deep. He's got a change of pace. He's got really good size, which helps him as a finisher. It also helps him as a guy that can get downhill and find the passes that are available on the opposite side of the floor. So he's got everything you'd want in a lead guard in this league.
Here's Hall on the bounce. Sprays it to the corner. McLaughlin knocks down the three ball, and maybe that'll ignite a comeback here for Dallas, who trails by 11. He's got 5.
They were just 3 of 20 from the three prior to that. It had to come from somewhere. Jordan Hall breaks the defense down with a really nice wraparound pass to the corner. McLaughlin ready to knock that down.
Harper on the cross, spins, pulls, and we'll go back to the free throw line for a couple of shots, but wonderful poise and discernment by Harper there.
Nice job by Hall. He gets down to an area now. You better hope that there's somebody there to bail you out once you go that far along the baseline. It's a very nice delivery with his offhand to the opposite corner. McLaughlin didn't have any time. He had to let that fly immediately. Gets one to go to give Dallas at least hope here to stay within striking distance.
Harper with his first miss from the free throw line. Now 5 of 6 as Cooper Flagg checks back into the ballgame with 22 points. Dylan Harper led the nation in 20-point games for freshmen. Got to delay a game against the Spurs. Something about lefties, when they shoot it, it just looks a little bit smooth and natural. Am I right?
Yeah, a lot of the ones I played with and against, I would agree with that.
Chris Mullen. Harper with great defense intransigence in midcourt gets the turnover on Lewis.
I'll tell you what, if David Jones-Garcia is able to make this roster, you've got Fox, him, and Harper. 3 different guards coming at you with that left hand.
Yeah. Buckets. Is it any kind of unorthodox guarding a lefty?
It's always a little bit different for sure. It's everything that, you know, you're guarding 95% of the time. It's flipped. It's like a mirror image of what you typically do defensively. So yes, it can be awkward at times.
Flagg misfiring on that 3. Comes off the mark. Now 7-17 from deep. 1 of 6 from downtown.
The only 2 guys really that have the ability, I think, to be able to create their own shots or even create a situation where you collapse the defense right now are Nembhard and Flagg. So if they want to have a chance to make this close here at the end, those are the 2 guys that are going to have to do it offensively.
And Nembhard has been a great connector throughout their training camp and their practices. Minutes, corner 3 is pure. San Antonio's lead swells to 15. Timeout. Dallas Mavericks, minutes with 9. Jones-Garcia leading the way amongst the Spurs right now with Harper.
The 2025 4Runner. Toyota. Let's go places.
Hey, our next WNBA game is tomorrow on ABC and ESPN+. Caitlin Clark and the Fever host Paige Beckers and the Wings. Coverage begins at 1 o'clock Eastern time as the Fever try to regain their footing with Clark back. But one of the great stories in the W right now is the Golden State Valkyries, who right now are taking on the Las Vegas Aces across the way. And head coach Natalie Osaka, I think, is the coach of the year in the league with the job she's doing with that expansion team. They're 10-9 going into action this afternoon, doing it with a roster of players that were just thrown together off the end of other teams' benches. And man, she's done a fantastic job.
Now, we remember a lot of the expansion teams started out in the NBA and what their early years looked like.
Osifo with a slam. He's got 12. Lotham couldn't find the handle. Loose ball. Harper comes away with it. Dylan Harper with 16 on 5 of 11 from the field. Gets it back from Osifo. Well, he's really active on the bounce there. Bryant walked with it. Carter Bryant hasn't gotten his rhythm with offensively.
I'll tell you what, here's what I'm looking at and evaluating him. Number one, his shooting mechanics are there. So that's going to happen for him. He's got an incredible amount of energy. He's trying to make a little bit too much happen when he first catches it. That's the first travel they called on him today. There was a couple more where he's just shuffling those feet as he gets, because he's so anxious to go make something happen. There is no doubt that he has the potential to turn himself into a really good offensive player. It's going to be how much time you want to put in on your handle so you can escape. And then, obviously, that shooting. Develop a mid-range, develop a sidestep three. It'll come. Right now, though, his impact is down here, and that's noticeable immediately.
Great way to get on the floor when you can guard people. Guarding Cooper Flagg on that three, and he laces it. That jumper's went. Cooper Flagg up to 25.
And that one came off his fingertips perfectly. That had great back rotation, no side rotation. You couldn't see the seams, which meant that ball was spinning.
Harper raises up. Pardon me, that was Nelson raises up and lays it in. Here Nelson Jr. Dylan Harper. It's a legacy game here today. With famous fathers. We saw Jamil Nelson here courtside a couple of days ago. Assistant general manager with the 76ers. Former Orlando Magic player. There's a look at Ron Harper, who was as lethal a scorer and slasher back in the day, especially with Cleveland. Before the knee surgery, he was incredible, an imperious scorer.
Yeah, he was really impossible to keep from getting to the rim. Of course, had a knee injury that kind of changed some of that. And then he took on a different role in Chicago where he could still score if they needed him to. But his primary role in those teams was to be on-the-ball defender.
Jones Garcia had it knocked away, lost the handle. And back come the Mavericks, trying to close this margin. Hall sprays it out to the wing for three. Nembhard pulls, got it. His first field goal of the afternoon comes at a very propitious moment. Cut it down to 14. Jones Garcia on the handle. They run some 45. Ingram drives it on Flagg. Good help by the Mavericks defensively. Jones Garcia with 5 on the shot clock. Rips through, steps back, hit the hydraulics, but missed the jumper. There's Nembhard. Drops it off for Flagg. Drives it in. Man, just missed it, but got the foul. Cooper Flagg was up there in thin air. He didn't bother filing a flight penalty, and he was taken off.
Well, he didn't get that to go, but that would have been the highlight of the first 3 days of Summer League, because he didn't just go in and finish. I mean, look how far back he brings this ball.
He took that off the back of his neck.
Sure did. And he's been aggressively attacking the rim all day, as evidenced by 12th and 13th free throws of the day coming right here.
This crowd's still buzzing after that dunk attempt by Flagg. #1 pick in the draft, 18 years old, the second youngest #1 pick ever. Behind LeBron James, also drafted at 18 years old. Flagg, a native of Newport, Maine. And, you know, I love the story about him and his brother picking peas on the farm up there in Maine to make a little pocket change as youngsters back in the day. Flagg was always the one to stay a little longer, do a little extra to get a little more loot. Had to turn those peas into something. He wasn't doing it for fun.
Is that what it takes?
He wasn't doing it for fun. It's a cash crop.
I might have to bring some peas to my basketball camp if that's what we're talking about. It turns into this? Okay. Focus on that.
Nembhard into the corner. One more to Kelly. That's the shooter. Great decision, wrong result for the Mavericks. Jones Garcia on the sticks. Hands it off to Nelson Jr. Nice back cut by Minix for the layup, but he left it. Everything but the bucket. Flagg with the one dribble pull-up, got it. You can see it starting to happen. Bounce by bounce. Jumper by jumper. 29.
Cooper Flagg. He got a lot more comfortable today. He saw a couple go in early, which has changed his day, starting to knock down some jump shots. And then Dylan Harper, not as many opportunities to score, not as many minutes either, but certainly has shown you the full package of why he ended up being the second pick in this draft and why they think they've got a star in the making.
Dallas with 3.5 minutes to make a frenetic comeback. If at all, Dennis forces one up. Mavericks got the stop, but there's a foul underneath. Chance to get this deficit down to below double digits. As Dylan Harper will pick up Ryan Nembhard. And to the fact Andrew Nembhard, his older brother here, watching him play for the first time in almost a year in person. Gonna have a foul against Ingram on the illegal screen, the push. Sideline out of bounds. Nembhard from a basketball family. His father, Claude, is the chairman and president of the Ontario Basketball Association in Toronto. On the drive, Nembhard, one more to Flagg, open three. He missed everything. Maybe the score will give him a pass and an assist on that. And the lead is down to 8. Dallas with some three-quarter court pressure. Jones Garcia with a sidestep three. Butter. Dominicano in full effect.
Well, that's
up
the
to
answer
21.
for a run right there. Just give him the basketball. Let him do his thing.
Wow. Nembhard rebounded by Jones Garcia. I can think of a time when guys like Terrence Jones and Fred VanVleet came and impressed early after a couple games in Summer League. They got shut down after offers came in from other teams. And Showtime room service for Cooper Flagg. He's staring at a 30-piece right now, up to 31.
Almost half of Dallas's points today, Cooper Flagg has been responsible for.
Harper got the switch on the screen. Nice little hang dribble. Hezzy threw up a wild shot. As he crashes to the court. And looking at the box score, he's played 17 minutes. He was on a restriction of about 20.
He finishes this game, he'll end up with 19. See if that's going to be necessary. Dallas down 9 right now. This is a big trip right here. No time really for empty trips or trading baskets. They've got to cash in and then they've got to get stops.
Things seem to have gone a lot better for Cooper Flagg playing off the ball. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, he has not been in these wrestling matches today with the basketball. Most of what he has done has been from a face-up position where he can get downhill quickly with his dribble or get into his jump shot.
Nembhard watched that three a little bit. Out of bounds over the San Antonio basketball. Hey, Summer League action continues tonight in Las Vegas on NBA TV, ESPN, and the app. NBA TV tonight has Sacramento, Chicago, Minnesota, Denver. NBA TV has Phoenix, Atlanta, New York, Boston. Ingram fouled from behind. 11 seconds to go in the shot clock. 1:21 to go, and the Spurs on the cusp of improving to 2-0. 3 different players in double-digit scoring, led by David Jones Garcia. Number 2 pick, Dylan Harper, has 16. And Cooper Flagg will exit with 31.
And 31 minutes in both of these 2 games. I'd like to go back and look at the history of Vegas Summer League and see how many number 1 picks have played 31 minutes in their first 2 games. It's very unusual to play 31 in any game. Certainly not back-to-back, as Cooper Flagg has done here today. And I think it was important for Cooper Flagg to play much better offensively. For him individually, I think for the Mavericks, they wanted to see it today, and he delivered in a big way. Much more comfortable, aggressive, jump shot looked pure as well.
Ingram missed the reverse layup. 9-point lead for San Antonio still. Jones Garcia, good hands defensively. Good pocket pass, but Sharp was being held. Foul can go against the Spurs. Against Dylan Harper. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what kind of grade would you give Cooper Flagg here today?
Yeah, let's give it a solid, 8.5, 9. You want to reserve those 10s, right? You always know there's things you're going to see always that guys can do better. He's going to say that about himself, but certainly bounced back in a big way from a really rough shooting night in his first game, even though we both acknowledge he played well in that game. He just couldn't finish shots. That wasn't the case today. And actually, today didn't do the other things as much as he did in the first game. His rebounding, his playmaking. Today was more about scoring just to keep their head above water against this defense of the Spurs, which has been incredible.
Give him an 8.5. If I had you marking my papers, I would have spent 5 years in the 3rd grade.
Hey, listen, man, just, throwing a challenge out there. Always trying to keep guys on their toes.
Antonio Spurs will improve to 2-0.
And you and I think agree. San Antonio has a look about them with the way they're defending.
They came here for rings.
They came here, yeah. It looks like they're going to be playing some meaningful games here as this tournament goes on. Their defense is very difficult to operate against.
Yeah. They can run it all the way down. Cooper Flagg with 31 points, 4 rebounds to finish it off, and Dylan Harper making his Summer League debut. Hey, what kind of grade would you give Dylan Harper? His team won.
Let's give him an 8.5.
Okay.
That's where I'm going to go. Here's the minutes restriction.
Okay.
Maybe kept